What's up, UTU Trust Guardians? Welcome to another episode of the UTU Trust Guardian interview series. Here is where we chat with team members, investors, partners, and supporters of UTU to learn more about their backgrounds, why they believe in UTU, and how they're helping to increase trust across the entire internet. Today, we are speaking with another UTU partner. We just announced a big partnership with Ocean Protocol, and we are here with Manan Patel, Growth Accelerator at Ocean. What's up, Manan? So if you don't know about Ocean, it's an ecosystem that unlocks the value of data. Data owners and consumers can use the Ocean Market app to publish, discover, and consume data assets in a secure, privacy-preserving fashion. We are going to have Manan tell us all about his background, dig deeper into what Ocean is, how Ocean and UTU will work together, and more. Manan, very excited to have you. Welcome to the Trust interview, Trust
Thanks,
Guardian
Mike,
interview.
for
How are
having
things
me.
going?
Yeah. Well, things are going very well and very busy. So we are busy building and growing Ocean. There are multiple milestones that the team achieved year to date, like computer data, launching computer data in Ocean market, multiple partnerships with leading projects and institutions, and we are also selected as World Economic Forum's technology pioneer for this year. So
Saw
it is
that.
indeed the year of change for
Congratulations.
us. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
awesome. Love to hear how much you're building and how much traction you're getting. So, definitely going to dig deeper into what Ocean is and everything that's going on there. But let's start by learning a bit more about you, your background, both on a personal and professional level. Tell us about you.
Mhm. So I come from India. I completed my graduation in engineering in late 2011, and then I joined Tata Consultancy Services, which is the
Big.
biggest Indian IT services company. And I
Yep.
joined as a consultant, and I got the chance to consult leading institutions like Cisco, Vodafone, Porsche, and then the German stock exchange Deutsche Börse, General Electric, and I learned a lot from there. I got the background of working with the corporations and big institutions, but
Yeah.
I was not very satisfied with the work environment. I wanted to do more, and then I joined. I got this startup bug, and I joined the startups from there on. Meanwhile, I'll also get into touch of Bitcoin while I was studying there, and me and my friend actually kind of rigged our university computers to mining some Bitcoins. Unfortunately, I actually we were very successful in mining them, but I don't have access to them. It was just a fun activity for us at the time. We were just killing time, and yeah. But at that time, I did not realize how big or how impactful cryptocurrency and crypto markets are. But at one point down the line, around 2016, I started reading more about it, and I started realizing more about how it could impact the society and the community at the whole. And then I started investing in it. I mean, I think that's the first way to get my
Absolutely.
toes deep into that. And then I thought, why don't I just you know work in this field? Like put efforts there and do something useful. And that's when I joined Ocean Protocol. And and because I also believed in democracy and data, creating a new data economy, and that kind of rhymed well with me. And yeah, since then I've been evangelist of new data economy, and bringing uh, democracy into our lives and preserving people's privacy.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to dig into there. They're really interesting. It's so funny how, very similar story with me. And I didn't rig any computers to mine Bitcoin, but I bought it pretty early. Obviously, wish I bought more. And then it just kind of sat there for a little while. Like, I didn't really jump in, just busy with a whole bunch of other things, right? Similar to you. And then it just kind of crept up on me. And you just think about it, then you just go down the rabbit hole, right? And then you want to just
That's the
dedicate
rabbit
your
hole.
entire life and career to it, right?
That's true. That's
Um,
true.
it's just so interesting how like you said, you just realize the potential of it and it just grabs you. And then you're off to the races. So super cool. So your title at Ocean is Growth Accelerator. Which is pretty cool. I've never heard that title before, but so give us an overview of what Ocean is. Why what you're building, why it's awesome, and your role as growth accelerator within the protocol.
Sure. So traditionally, data it has been very, very difficult to share data between different parties, right? Not only because the data contains like private information, you are
Mhm.
not, comfortable sharing your data with someone else, but also because there are also lots of regulations around it, right? Like GDPR, CCPA,
Yeah.
and others. Yeah, and also it's very difficult to trust someone with your data. Yeah, so this is the problem that we saw, and that's when the Ocean Protocol was created, because we saw that blockchain and cryptocurrencies can be used to facilitate the secure data exchange in a decentralized way, while also maintaining the privacy of the data owners. Yeah. So how we do that is, we have something called compute to data, which is basically allowing people to monetize their data without the data leaving their own premises. So instead of the data leaving the premises, the compute is brought, compute meaning algorithms and machine learning, tool sets, is brought to your data sets. It is trained on your data, and it is sent back the train algorithm, because that is what the consumer actually needs. They are not really interested in, like seeing what your data set is about, and what particular information you have. So both the parties wins in this case, right? And the privacy is also maintained for the data providers.
Hmm.
Also, we introduced something called data tokens, which is an ERC20 compatible tokens, which basically tokenize the data sets.
Yep.
So by data tokens, we introduce data sets into DeFi ecosystems, thereby like giving the DeFi another big asset class, right?
Yeah.
And now what happens is, how awesome is this? Is because now the data actually becomes liquid, right? Because you can use Compound or Aave to actually take a loan on your data sets, right? Because the data tokens represent the data sets or the access to the data sets.
Hmm.
You can actually price it. You can actually value what your data is worth, and then you can take a collateral. You can put data as collateral into these lending protocols, and you can take a loan out of it.
Yeah.
On other case scenarios, since everyone produces the data, you can also create a universal data income on your data sets, right? So there is a concept called universal basic income, but it has not been realized yet. But universal data income is something that can be done, and most likely will be done in future, in the near future, right? Also, because data is now liquid, corporations can actually put the data sets as an asset in their balance sheet. Now, this is really cool, right?
Yeah.
Because now this gives the corporations a new source of revenue for them, which, like you said, right, your Bitcoin was sitting idle until you actually like did the deep dive, and maybe realized that you could also earn interest on your Bitcoin
Hmm.
sitting idle, right? So something like that, but for the corporations. So everyone produces the data sets, but they cannot monetize from that right now. But using Ocean, they can. So yeah.
Yeah. So forget about like MicroStrategy putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet, right? We got to put their actual data on their
Data,
balance sheet and
exactly.
use Ocean. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I think it's just it's become cliche at this point, but they say your data is the new oil, right? And just uh, eh, what just the ability that uh, Ocean, what you've built to essentially make data a that new asset class, that financial asset class, that you can do all these things to monetize it, to get income from it is super interesting. And I think like it is a brand new data economy that you're building there, and it's going to be huge. And I know you've already got big traction on it. um, so yeah, I love what you guys are building there. So that being said, what are you focusing on now? What's on your roadmap for the next few months?
Mhm. Before that, I think I also forgot to answer one of the questions that you had about my role as growth
Oh yeah,
accelerator.
yeah.
This thing, yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a new title. So how I came about it is, I'm wearing multiple hats at Ocean. Yeah, I started as a developer, then I moved to product manager, then I moved to business developer, and then managing the community. So
Mhm.
there are like multiple things that I'm doing at Ocean, and there is no single traditional role that justifies the things I do. So I have figured out that, okay, whatever I'm doing, I'm leading towards the growth of Ocean Protocol, and that's why I came to the title of Growth Accelerator, like accelerating the growth.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome. Yeah, is that's so fun, right? Like you just have your hands in a whole bunch of different things. It's pretty similar to my role here at UTU. There's a little bit of marketing, there's a little bit of sales, there's some community. There's I'm not on too much on the development side, but definitely product. But you coming from a development background, I'm an engineer for education, but like never computer science or anything like that. And I've always kind of been jealous of the devs who can like just take an idea and just like build it, right? And then support it. So like, how's your transition from that, developer to kind of the more of the business side been? And yeah, what's that been looking like?
So I've been coming from the development background, but my previous experience is consulting, right? I just explained that
Right.
I was consulting different corporations. So I have I have learned how to make things, how to take a complex things or complex architecture and explain it in a very simple way to
Yep.
the people who don't know how it works.
Mhm.
And that basically led to a couple of like few calls with potential clients and potential partners to explain them how Ocean works, and I kind of started enjoying that. And then kind of my role then transition, it was kind of a natural organic transition. So then I started doing more and more these type of calls, and then kind of I was doing business development at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right. So back to the roadmap. What are you guys building
Mhm.
in the next few months? What are some big things coming up?
Yeah. So as mentioned earlier, we have already achieved a lot in the previous quarters, but our roadmap is very, very healthy and very ambitious. So some of the things that comes to top of my mind coming very soon is scaling. We continue our strategy of going multi-chain. So
Yeah.
one new chain is going to be supported in coming days. Then role-based access control permissioning for different marketplaces so that they can allow and disallow people who wants to publish, who cannot publish the data sets into their marketplace. And this is specifically for like a particular vertical marketplace. Ocean market is going to be open for everyone always.
Great.
Then NFTizing the base IP for data. So NFTs are coming to Ocean very
Hmm.
soon,
Cool.
and support for more than one data tokens for a particular data sets to create flexible fees is also coming. And then now we have computer data in Ocean market. So pay as you go computer data services is also coming. And most importantly, and that's what people have been waiting for, is data farming is coming soon as well.
Uh,
And then there are many new features like better IDOs are planned in coming quarters. But actually, uh, people can just go and read our full detailed roadmap. It's published on our blog. But these are the few things coming very, very soon.
okay. Awesome. Yeah. Lots going on there. Sounds super ambitious, and yeah, it sounds great. Super exciting. So, yeah. So let's jump into the partnership between Utu and Ocean. How are we going to work together? What are we building together?
Yeah. So just on a backdrop. So at Ocean, we are creating a trustless system for sharing and monetizing the data sets, right? And especially the private data sets. And we believe in privacy by design. It is enforced in our tech such a way that even Ocean doesn't see what data sets are being published on Ocean protocol, right? So we are basically kind of a listing and handshake protocol. We don't go and check each and every data point in a data set because
Sure.
that would be breaking the privacy. Yeah. So because of this, some fraudulent actors might try to game the system and find the loophole of publishing bad data sets which are not what they say it is, right? And then some people may suffer buying this data set and then may basically need the dispute resolution, right? And this is not what we want. We want to create a trust infrastructure using a decentralized trust layer where both the parties can trust each other mutually without even seeing the data sets. And that's where we came across O2, right? And O2 is creating a decentralized trust layer, and yeah, and that's how we kind of partner up with Utu. Yeah. And as a part of this partnership, what we are building is uh, so uh, Utu will build a standalone web app that provides the rating for the datasets and accounts, not only the datasets, but also accounts. A widget that actually will go into Ocean Market, which will provide this rating. So it's kind of an API which will provide rating to Ocean Market, so people can directly see before purchasing at what kind of dataset it is, and all the historical facts of the dataset, and a recommender or curation engine that suggests the most relevant datasets to a particular consumer or a staker for datasets. And of course, all of this web app and all of these APIs will be updated and provided supported for Ocean V4 that is going to be released. And also, this is coming for Ethereum and Polygon.
Yeah. I mean, that just, I'm so excited. I don't know if you could tell. I've been so excited about this partnership, getting out there, and yeah, I mean, it's a perfect use case for UTU. And I think one of the things that one of kind of the taglines we use is trust for the trustless, right? Where it's the perfect example where you're building a trustless marketplace, and so everything that happens in your marketplace is done in a trustless fashion, but not everything done is necessarily done in a trustworthy way by all the entities there, like you mentioned. And that's where we come in, building on top of other platforms to be able to increase that trust, identify who are the trustworthy actors, who are untrustworthy. But also, I think something of real value is that curation part you mentioned, where we can, based on activity, based on connections, we can help really recommend the best data set for specific situations. And so, yeah, I think this is such a great use case and a win-win for all of us. And also, an interesting thing, I love how this partnership was actually initially suggested by members of the UTU community, which is super cool. I love when,
and Ocean community as well.
And Ocean, okay, awesome, great, yeah. So that's like the best part of it, right? Where something just gets mutually recommended by both communities, and then just dug into it, reached out to the team, and here we are. So super exciting. All right, Manan, let's move on to the quick fire questions. So thank you for all that information. But now here, I'll ask you 3 questions in succession to learn the more interesting parts about you outside of work. So tell us something unique and interesting about you that not many people may know.
Yeah, so I trained as a professional actor in Bollywood. As a cliche,
Yes.
I mean, the Indian cliche, yeah. I actually acted in regional cinema, did a couple of mini series, but then I got bored, and then I decided to move on because that was not for me. Yeah, I mean.
Then you moved on to consulting.
Then I moved on to do something that was more meaningful, as per me,
So do you have a like an IMDb profile, or like you're
no, I never reached at the international level yet. Yeah, so it was more like on a regional level, and I'm actually trying to find the clips, on YouTube, and trying to tell people to take it off, because I was not a very great actor.
That's awesome. I appreciate that so much. I was doing, I was a consultant back in the day too, and I was working on a project in LA, and I took an improv class, and it was literally one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever done in my life. Like, they just throw you in situations and you have to, react in certain ways, and you don't have time to, like, coming from like engineering background, like I like to like think about things and like not just react. And I so appreciate the skills that actors and and comedians and improv.
It's not easy.
It is not easy at all. So that is an awesome fact. Okay, if you could chat with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Well, that would be my grandfather. I mean, he passed away before I was born. I never met him, but I actually heard a lot of good stories about him, how he was helping people, how he was focusing on not building wealth, but, building good relations with people. So, yeah, I mean, he was a good person, and I would have, I would like to talk to him if I could. But
yeah, that's great. So what is something that you believe but few others agree with?
So I believe that, there should be no rules and regulations. Honestly, uh, I mean, right now, I'm right now based in Germany, and we have rules for almost every single thing. Like
Yeah.
you are supposed to behave in a particular way. You are supposed to not even move around in a certain way, right? Like if you're driving, for example, even if the road is empty, you can't go there. Unfortunately, you have to take the U-turn, for example. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe freedom in democracy breeds the innovation. If you force people to act in a certain way, then they lose, the freedom of thought.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and imagination. Yeah, and yeah, Einstein told that knowledge and logic will get you from A to B, but imagination will get you everywhere. So yeah, I think freedom and democracy is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's such a tough topic, right? Rules and regulations. Obviously, we're dealing a lot of it with like, data privacy and all that, obviously GDPR and all that on the business side, but like, on the life side, I think we've seen a lot with COVID and just the debates about freedom and public health and all that. That's a very interesting take, and that certainly fits into the few others agree with you. I think, but certainly a very valid take. So awesome, Manan. That's all we have. That was a lot of fun. Learned a lot about you and your acting prowess and but
Don't go up looking for me. I hope taken.
yeah, we're
I
gonna do
almost
some
taken down all the video. Yeah, but
we do some deep internet searches, find some clips for you. But yeah, thank you so much for taking part in this
thank you
Trust
for
Guardian
having me.
interview, telling us your story. So tell us where the UTU community can learn more about Ocean.
Sure. So for the beginners, the best place is to go to our website, and then you can go down the rabbit hole of Ocean Protocol.
Hmm?
But for others, if you want to learn more, which is not available on our website, I think the Telegram is the best place because there you will find the community answering your questions, but also we will be there helping you answer your questions as well. For the developers who wants to build on Ocean Protocol, we have an awesome funding program called Ocean DAO. So if you want to build something on Ocean or something data related, just go there and apply for funding. We have this monthly funding cycle, and the next one is coming soon.
Great.
And for the developers also, if you are stuck building Ocean and you need support, our developers are available always on our Discord channel. So feel free to drop in there and just uh, stay connected over there. And of course, our main announcement channels is Twitter. So do follow us on Twitter to get updated on all the things Ocean Protocol.
Awesome. We'll throw some links into the video description below. Again, Manan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, Trust Guardians, hope you enjoyed that interview with Manan Patel of Ocean Protocol. And of course, we will throw a link into the partnership announcement. You can learn all about everything that we are building with Ocean. And, and this is there are deadlines for this stuff, and this is going to really accelerate our product development and help increase trust of the Ocean market. So hit that like button if you like this interview. There'll be more interviews to come, so make sure you hit those subscribe and notification buttons so you don't miss them. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Manan.
Thank you.